Okay, good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Oh, we're live today. It's kind of cold out there. So these are our objectives today. We're going to learn a few terms related to phylogenetics, and we're also going to be able to connect a phylogenetic tree or cladogram, as we will learn later on. So we're going to find out how things are related to one another. So our first question for the day is, what is this? Chimpanzee. Okay. I want a raise of hands. Who says that this is one of our ancestors? Raise your hand if you say it's one of our ancestors. Okay. I want you to think about that as we go through this. Lesson today. Okay. So first of all, we said that the topic today was phylogenetics. If we can break this word down, it's phylogeny. Here's phylogeny. There's philo and geny. Geny has the same ending meaning as phylogenetics. So does anyone know what these things mean? Right. So philo means clade or tribe, and geny means genesis. That still isn't really very clear, is it? Kind of obscure wording. So, if we look at it, it's a clade or a tribe. That's things that are related. So, I don't know. If you can think in your mind, you think that all different types of cats are related, or who else? Who can think of something else that's related, likely?
Marine mammals.
Marine mammals. A lot of marine mammals are related. Okay. And geny just means genesis, or the origin. So when we're doing phylogeny, what we're doing is we're finding the origin of things that are related. So maybe we can connect that in some way that makes a little more sense now. Okay. So this is a phylogenetic tree, or a cladogram. And who thinks that they can interpret this for us? What does this mean? Who wants to take a shot at interpreting this? John.
Well, there's a scale, a time scale,
Okay.
and where the branches divide, we can see how far back in millions of years they shared a common ancestor, or the lineages diverged.
Okay. So you said a couple important things there. You said that they have common ancestors, and that we can see where things diverged. So these lines, like John was saying, are called branches. And the longer a branch is, the longer back in time that goes. Before you get to these points right here, which are called nodes. And that's where species diverged from a common ancestor. Okay. So this cladogram shows that, about 5 million years ago, humans, chimpanzees, and gorillas all diverged from one common ancestor at just about the same time. Now, that's maybe somewhat accurate according to some interpretations, but most studies will show that gorillas probably diverged off from the common ancestor of humans and chimpanzees sometime before that. So what I want you to do is take, maybe just on the back of one of the papers you have, and draw this same phylogenetic tree, except I want you to draw it showing that humans and chimpanzees diverged from one another after they diverged from gorillas. So just take a few seconds and reproduce that, except showing that humans and chimpanzees are more related than they are to gorillas. Okay. You got it? Does someone want to come up here and show us on the board just what this last part looks like with the humans, chimpanzees, and gorillas? Would someone volunteer to do that?
I'll do that.
Go ahead.
Behind the draw, or just...
Just draw it right over here. That'd be good.
I'll get it right. Okay.
Yeah, that's good. So, explain why you did what you did there.
Here. Well, the gorillas separated from us humans and chimpanzees farther back in history than I did. So I drew the lion up here farther than I did from when we split from a common ancestor.
Okay. So the longer the line, more time. So there's a note here that shows that we have common ancestors with humans and chimps right here. The gorillas diverged there, and more time passed and humans and chimps diverged. Great, thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Okay. So we've been using this word cladogram, but what does that mean? So let's dissect this one as well. So clade, we kind of already defined what that is. It's kind of a group of things that are related. And gram just means a picture. It means something written or a picture. So it's just kind of that depiction. It's not expressing it in words, it's depicting it in a picture. Okay. So now if you want to get out that other sheet that we have, we didn't do the pretest. We had it there and we didn't do it. Okay. Well, anyways, we'll skip that for now. But there's a sheet that has an activity in it. We're gonna make a cladogram of ungulates. What is an ungulate?
A hooved animal?
Generally hooved animals. They all have a common ancestor. Includes most ruminants, among other things. So on that, if we want to do this activity right here, what it says here is that we're going to construct a cladogram for ungulates. And there's a bunch of animals on there that are ungulates. And then in those numbers 1 through 7, it tells you how those things are related. So as you go through and read each question and you see how they're related, you can slowly construct a cladogram for ungulates. So we're going to take a few minutes and do that. Try to work on it by yourself at first, and then once you get that done, if you can compare it to maybe what your neighbors made. Might have to make a few different sketches or make a couple of different sketches and bring them together. Because it really is pretty complicated. Phylogenetics can be very complicated. And this is definitely a very reduced version of the ungulate phylogenetic tree cladogram. Okay. Well, this is taking a little bit longer to construct than maybe I thought, so we're going to go ahead and end our activity now. So I don't know if you're able to compare what you got to your neighbors, but just want to do a few review questions. So, someone wants to raise their hand and answer this. How do we know, by looking at a cladogram, how long ago two species diverged? John.
The length of the branch.
So the length of the branch, the longer the branch, the longer ago it was. Okay. Wait. And here's a question. Maybe we didn't hit this exactly, but how can we tell which species are the most closely related when you're looking at a cladogram?
The ones in the same node.
Yeah.
The fewest number of nodes between them.
Yeah. So when there's a node, the two animals that come off that node are the closest related. If you go back several nodes and you look at one from several nodes away, they would not be related. Let's go back and look at this one. So gorillas are not the most closely related to old world monkeys. Rather, they're most closely related to humans and chimpanzees because they're connected by nodes. Even though they're right next to each other on this graph, they're not really related because the node where they're finally connected is way back here, 30 million years ago. Okay, with that, does anyone have any questions? Anything you're still confused about right now? All right, then we can go ahead and take your post-test. We did do your test. All right. And that's that.
Thank you.